Hi everybody and welcome back to Starseed Dragon. We are reviewing the Dragon Tarot and we are still working on the Major Arcana. I am reading from the Dragon Tarot book by Terry Donaldson, which is sold separately from the Dragon Tarot. Even though with the Dragon Tarot, you get this little tiny book. It just has basic meanings. This book that is sold separately has stories behind each of the cards and the artistry involved with it. So we are actually on our second video in this section reviewing these cards, and our first we are reviewing number 8, starting off here. And the book says, number 8, Strength. A lion and a dragon play in the sky together, showing that real strength is exhibited through cooperation and not through infighting. Between them, we see a caduceus, showing that as a man stands upright, he appears to be balanced without effort, yet the interplay between muscle and tendon is continuous to maintain him in that position. The caduceus, which is a symbol of all living processes, also shows us the serpent entwined with serpents, with perfect symmetry between them. Thus are all opposites to be balanced. For in balance we achieve true unity. I suddenly can't speak. Strength speaks. Strength is the ability to do things, to make things go right. We are here to remind you that you too will only fail to attain your goal when you actually lose sight of it. Here you see me, Varana, warrior dragon, playing with the great lion of the south, after the princess Hamida and I escaped from the palace. We made our way south into the great jungle. We passed through many tests, but we never lost sight of our original objective, which was the great gift for each other, which we believed our love to be. The divinatory meaning: intention is cause. Energy follows through. Power without control is nothing. Additional triggers: the sign of Leo, symbol of pride and magnanimity. That is such a beautiful card. Okay, going right along in the Major Arcana, we have the next one, number 9, the Hermit. And the book says, a solitary dragon stands on top of a hill, holding out the light from his lamp, so that other travelers may receive light from his example. His is the way of withdrawal from the world, of solitude, of meditation. Above him, 2 downward rays of light, suggestive of both compasses, which is measurement and exactitude, and the pyramids, draw down cosmic energies from the constellation Draconis. In the background, we see the outline of a human settlement, indicative that this dragon is no longer part of his family, clan, or tribe. Excuse me for just one moment. I have to get my drink. Okay. The Hermit speaks. I am the hermit, and I am a mystic. I have not been exiled from from my own kind, like so many villainous dragons, with which our human history, your human history, and legends abound. Formerly, I had power and wealth, but found that I was still unhappy. That's sad. That is what prompted me to go away from the distractions of the world and off into the forests of the north in order to find myself through contemplation and meditation. Here I remain, not wishing to influence anyone nor wishing to be influenced. To find me, you do not have to journey bodily to some out-of-the-way place. To find me, you must first of all be quiet, and in the stillness you will eventually begin to hear my voice within yourself. Oh, that's beautiful. The divinatory meaning: withdrawal, reconsideration, additional triggers, the six-pointed star on the left, on the right the sign of Virgo, representing the critical analytical faculty. That's a beautiful card. Okay, let's move on. We are on number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. The great dragon Ouroboros lies coiled around a glyphic of the zodiac. His tail is in his mouth, showing us that the creative force of the universe is self-sustaining. On the great wheel, we see the signs of the zodiac, indicating the evolutionary process of which each of us is partaking. On the ground, we see a huge compass, hinting at the magnetic and other cosmic lines of force running through the earth, dragon or ley lines. The Wheel of Fortune speaks. I am the wheel. In previous times, you assigned your fate and fortune to luck and chance. Here, you see more accurately how your well-being may be created, namely through aligning yourself harmoniously with cosmic energy and by evolving. You are free to resist your own evolution, but if you do this, you will eventually be flung off this great wheel of life. The zodiac is there to guide you in your progress through this lifetime. It is a navigator, as a navigator would make use of his compass. But just as a compass cannot tell you what to do, only enable you to achieve your goals through careful voyaging, so all the great divinatory sciences are there to assist you, not to command your actions. On another level, I represent abundance and suggest how you might go about creating that reality for yourselves. Through a generous spirit, you will open up the way for yourselves and others. Divinatory meaning: abundance, faith, opportunity. Additional triggers: the symbol of Jupiter, the generous, the benefactor. That's fantastic. And then our next card in the Major Arcana of the Dragon Tarot is number 11, Justice. And the book says, a powerful horned dragon stands in the temple of justice, staring out at you, as if making an important decision which will affect your entire destiny. In front of him stands a balance. On one side rests a feather, symbolizing truth, while on the other, the sun, which represents solar consciousness. The scales of justice rest on the world. Justice speaks. I am justice, and it is my function in Dragonland to decide how the many laws which govern our behavior are to be interpreted. We dragons are by our very nature disputatious and legalistic, insisting that all agreements and contracts are filled right down to the very letter of the law. Sometimes, in so doing, we actually miss the point and create injustice instead. On a wider scale, I represent the law of cause and effect, which stated simply means that for every action there will be a reaction, and for every reaction there will be a counter reaction. So those of you who think that they can continue their crimes must be warned. Eventually you will have to pay the price in one way or another. The divinatory meaning, achieving a new sense of balance, harmony. Additional triggers, the sign of Libra for balance, equilibrium. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, moving right along. We have, in the Major Arcana, number 12, the Hanging Dragon, which, you know, in most decks would be the Hanged Man, but it's the Hanging Dragon in this deck. And the book says, a dragon hangs upside down from the tree of life, suspended in what seems to be a state of sleep. At the base of the tree lie the bones of those mortals who have come close to tasting the fruits of this tree, but have not succeeded. To one side lies the shield of an ancient human king, Arthur, propped against the side, almost as if it were a prize relic. The Hanging Dragon speaks. I am the Hanging Dragon, and I hang here having feasted on yet another mortal who has attempted to taste the fruit of the great tree. I am the guardian, and there is need of me, because tremendous powers are conferred on whomsoever eats of this fruit. It is my function to ensure that only the most able are allowed this privilege. I seem here in this picture to be totally unaware, but in fact, I am waiting and therefore conserving my energies. I am, as it were, suspended between worlds, the world of action and the world of dreams. The divinatory meaning, suspended activity, a period of delay. Additional triggers, the blank space for the blank rune word, WYRRD, meaning destiny. The sign of Neptune on the right, symbol of dreams, visions, and mysticism. That is pretty cool. Let's see. The blank space. Oh, so it must be like the blank space over here, maybe? I don't know. Okay, well, moving right along to these wonderful, beautiful cards. The next card, number 13, Death, which is ironic that Death is number 13 in the Major Arcana of most suits, considering so many people seem to think of it as an unlucky number, but it actually is not. It's just a number. So the book says, number 13, Death. A skeletal dragon stands in a netherworld of shade and mist, with a scythe in one hand, reminding us that each of our lives hangs on a slender thread. Behind it stand the roll-right stones of some ancient circle. To one side we see an hourglass, suggesting we must all make the most of our lives, for time is running out. To the other side, we see an egg, symbol of rebirth, and a reminder that all life must go on in one form or another. Oh yeah, there is a little egg there. Okay. Death speaks. I am death, and all of you mortal beings must pass through my domain. There have been some who have thought they could deny me, but where are they now? Don't forget that one day everything you have ever known must be relinquished. So live your lives in accordance with dictates of your own conscience. It is in your children that you will live on. As for your own souls, they will be recycled, for nothing in the universe ever goes to waste. Who knows where fate will command you to be reborn, and as what? The divinatory meaning: the clearing away of negative conditions in order to make way for new, more positive influences. Additional triggers: the symbol of Scorpio, sign of intensity, passion, life, and death. That is amazing. Okay, looks like we've hit our 15-minute mark. We will go ahead and continue our video series on this with our next card in the Arcana. And thanks for checking us out, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.